My wife Mallie gave me a Valentine's Day card. I looked at it and said, "What is that?" Should we celebrate Valentine's Day? Well, that's an interesting question. I don't see Valentine's Day mentioned in the Bible. You know, the first time I heard about Valentine's Day, my wife Mallie, before we were married, actually, this was back in, 1971. She gave me a Valentine's Day card, and I looked at it and said, "What is that?" I don't even know what that is. And so she said to herself, "Well, that's it. I'm not going to give him a Valentine's Day card anymore." Valentine's Day really didn't mean much until, I started to hear people talking about Valentine's Day and about, doing something special for your girlfriend or special for your wife. And then I decided maybe I'll buy her a Valentine's Day card. But I do have some tips here for men in regard to dating. By the way, number one, from the Bible, if you're a Christian, you shouldn't even look at a non-Christian in regard to possibility of marriage or anything like that. Now, that goes without saying when you start from God's word. But I want to tell you about what not to do on a date. Don't do what I did when I took my wife to a drive-in movie theater. Now, first thing I have to do is explain what a drive-in movie theater is, because we have generations today that wouldn't have a clue. You would drive your car to a movie theater that was outside, big screen, and there are all these little parking places, and beside each one was a post that had a speaker. You got the speaker off the post, you put it on your window, actually, wan the window down a bit, put the speaker on the window, and then you would sit back and watch this movie on the big screen. So on this first date, I was as nervous as anything, of course. At the end of the movie, I then started the car, put the car in gear, and then took off. And there was this loud bang. And then I realized, I forgot to take the speaker out of the window. And I pulled the speaker cord out of the post. Embarrassing.
Don't let this happen to your car.
So what do? Well, I just backed back, opened the window, hung the speaker up with the cord dangling down, and then took off.
If you should accidentally pull a speaker loose, please turn it in at our snack bar or box office.
That was quite humorous. It wasn't humorous at the time, but if you're taking your wife to a drive-in movie theater, always remember to put the speaker back on the post. But of course, these days, most people don't even know what a drive-in movie theater is. Hey, you know what? I encourage you to celebrate Valentine's Day, to do something special for your wife or special for your girlfriend. But remember, as a Christian, you should never look at a non-Christian in regard to marriage, because you become one in marriage because you're one flesh, and you need to be one spiritually. That's what's very, very important. Don't be unequally yoked. So I encourage you to enjoy Valentine's Day. Men, as a husband, if you're already married, remember this: love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself for it. Do you realize what that means? Christ died for the church. We need to love our wives sacrificially, pour out that love on our wife to the point we'd be prepared to die for them. Do your children, do others see you loving your wife that way? That's what we need to do. So pour out that love upon them as God tells us to. Have a great Valentine's Day.